Well, we are delighted to be joined by All Black George. George, how are things? Where are you right now?
Yeah, currently in Paris. Been parked up here for the past couple of weeks and pretty much just been in France for the whole World Cup. So yeah, it's a gloomy day here in Paris, but yeah, it's finals week, so excited, man.
Not a bad gig, eh? To be taking
Oh,
over there. I know, like, listen, being injured's crap, but this has got to be second best, surely. Being over there with being the hype man, I feel.
yeah, 100, man. Like yeah, unfortunately, kind of missed out on the World Cup because of injury, but I guess this is the next best thing when NZR Plus kind of launched their platform and said there was a front row show kind of getting together and following the boys around the World Cup. And I was like, man, sign me up, get me in there. Anything to still be a part of it. So, yeah, it's not a bad gig. And man, I've enjoyed my time here and it's been so awesome, eh?
Well, for those who don't know, yeah, on NZR Plus and on YouTube, we've been enjoying it. I couple of bits really got me. Enjoyed your sing song with Richie Mwanga. Thought that was very
Yep.
nice.
The ABC
Um,
song, yep.
Yeah, I was going to say the main verse could have done a bit more than just reciting the alphabet, but the rest of it was lovely. It was absolutely lovely.
That's the beauty of the song is the alphabet, I reckon. So
Yeah, no, relax, man. Jesus. Wait, George, tell me you've got the gap there. You've got to bust something out whilst you're there.
well, it is here. So if you guys
Well,
fancy
we'll,
a
get,
sing, just let me
we'll,
know,
we'll
man.
make sure we get a song. We'll get a song for your exit. 100%. Let's not forget that.
Just whilst we're talking about the Front Row Daily Show, there was a very funny moment. You guys are down in Lyon. You're surrounded by legendary ex All Blacks. You're introduced to the crowd while your co-host Andy Ellis is sort of just in amongst the crowd, just sort of hollering at Dan Carter as though he's kind of like working the security. From your perspective, though, how good was it to be surrounded by all of these legends like Dan and other former All Blacks?
Yeah, man. Like at the start of the trip, I was kind of I think my first or second day, I was kind of already surrounded by the likes of Richie McCaw and Kieran Reid and Dan Carter, Victor Vita, and so I kind of had a feeling, oh, this is one of those trips where I'll start to connect with these guys. And but man, like even now, like I had dinner the other night, and like I was right next to Richie McCaw, and Rita was across from me, and like I just listened to their stories and all the experiences in the black jersey and their footy careers, and it's like, man, I'm sitting at the table with these legends, sometimes even working with them, and I'm like, far out. It's pretty special, man, and it's definitely something I'll go away and tell all my friends and family that I was sitting next to the goat Richie and having dinner with him and things like that. But yeah, I guess that's what this trip's been filled of. It's kind of connecting with past players, and not only for the All Blacks but from other teams as well, Australia and some of the South African and Argentinian players as well. So it's just been one of those trips where I've been able to meet some of them and kind of meet my idols and some of my heroes and just talk to them and have just a normal chat. So it's definitely been some special times. Yeah.
I don't reckon there's another sport, right, that you could get away with what happens at a Rugby World Cup. You think like, because I've been down in Marseille and like you said, you get to meet all these guys, but they're in mingling with the fans. You got like Tano Umunga, Wasali Sareve just walking down the middle of the road at Marseille and people just grabbing him. If that happened in football, it'd be absolute
Oh,
carnage. It happened in any other sport, but I just think with rugby, there's just something different, and it's so good.
yeah, it's so true. And like, yeah, the boys definitely make an effort to get out and go for their coffees. And when anyone wants to take a photo and or like just have a chat, they'll definitely make time for that. And um, man, yeah, it's so cool that some of those guys up there are still able to come down to the public level and meet these people, and especially the French supporters. They love footy and they love the history of footy and the heroes in footy as well. So yeah, it's definitely I guess special for the public to meet them.
Just one thing, right, George, for you, like I'd I did two World Cups, and this is the first one I went down to as a fan, right? And I
Mm.
could not believe the amount of like people there. It was just like the first game I went to was England Argentina, sadly, shocking game. But in the streets in Marseille, and I was just like, fuck, I said to my mate, I was like, I can't believe how busy it is. I can't believe all these people have come from all over the world to what. And then it suddenly dawned on me that I was planning that at one point, and I don't think I fully
Mm.
I don't think I fully appreciated it. Like, do you think, hopefully, in 4 years' time, you'll be there in Oz playing in a World Cup? Do you think this will make you appreciate what you're doing a little bit more? Because it's just incredible to be a part of, eh?
Yeah, that's definitely something I kind of realized as well, sitting in the crowd and like just being a spectator, being a fan, but then just realizing how many eyes and how many people are there, cheering for two teams, cheering for, two teams of 23. And so, yeah, kind of, you're focused on the game, but you don't really kind of acknowledge the amount of fans that are there as well. So, yeah, I'm definitely next time I'm out there, just definitely give a bit of acknowledgement to all the fans and things like that because there's so many of them. You don't realize there's a footy player until you're actually sitting back and watching, and you're like, far
Yeah.
out. All these people are here just to watch two teams play, and the French, man, they've been awesome, eh? Like far out. Even though their team's not playing, it's just French there, and they're singing their French chants and songs. You can't help but join in, eh? Marshall, Marshall. Far out, man. It's so awesome, man.
I know, the South Africans went and ruined it, eh? They fucking knocked them out. Bloody South Africans.
Oh, man.
George, you obviously made it to the top the hard way, but there was a point you were an All Black body double. The difference between being an All Black body double and then actually being among the stars that you were probably doing photo shoots with, but as a current All Black, how does that feel versus your younger self?
Oh, man. Yeah, it was funny because I was chatting to Kieran Reid the other day, and he was like, man, how funny is it that we actually met and you were like, a body double at the shoot? And he was the one, I had to hold the pad for Kieran Reid. And so he had to come in and just do a bit of tackle, and it was kind of showcasing the new Adidas jersey. And so he'd come in and make a little soft tackle, and I'd just fall onto the kind of the pad, the tackle pad. And then the producer was like, man, you need to tackle harder, Kieran Reid. And this was like Rito's day off before a test. And he was like, harder. And so he started picking up the tempo, and he was like, we need more hit, more hit. And so he started going full on, and I'm here like holding the tackle bag like this and just waiting, trying to brace myself. And then Kieran's Reid's shoulder was just coming in like 3-4 times. Oh man, but for me, I was like, Kieran Reid's tackling me, man. By the end of it, yeah, and by the end of it, he was sweating, yeah, and I'm like, Bryce, is this your day off? And he's like, yeah. But yeah, everything kind of happens for a reason. I'm a huge believer in that, and yeah, I was quite like, it was quite awesome to see Rito the next year when I kind of was invited into the Crusaders as a kind of injury cover, and then chat to him about that, and he was like, yeah, I swear you were a familiar face, and he remembered after I reminded him. And, yeah, so
You've come to that kind of success and professional rugby probably later than most people. What's been the advantage from your perspective of doing it that way round?
yeah, I guess realizing kind of the amount of work and time I actually put into, just grafting away, and what I've experienced as well in my past, and how I've kind of used that to motivate myself and inspire myself to kind of be a better person and a better rugby player. Oh man, I was just doing construction for ages. I was a student for a bit, and yeah, there was a point where I was doing construction overnight, and I'm like holding this huge drill, and I'm falling off to sleep at the drill, and I was like, man, I can't do this. Keep doing this. So, yeah, as just kind of told myself, man, if I really want to give this a crack, then I got to try it. And it took me a while to kind of get there, but I ended up finding a good balance. And I guess when my opportunity came, I was ready for that because all the work that I had put in the past, and yeah, had my opportunity. I took it with two hands, and lucky enough, people were watching, and I managed to kind of make my way up the ladder somehow. So yeah, definitely grafted away, but yeah, I believe that kind of everything happens for a reason, and I was going to get there somehow, but yeah.
George, did you you managed to bump into any of the Fijian boys? I know you're obviously Fijian at heart.
Yeah, oh man, it's just we've always been in separate cities, and we've just been following the All Blacks around. So every time the All Blacks are here, the Fiji team has probably just moved, and so I didn't manage to connect with any of them. But I was definitely messaging a few of them throughout the tournament, and just keep on sending them messages, wishing them good luck and things like that. And yeah, definitely Fiji's close to my heart. It is, my country as well. So, but yeah, I've enjoyed watching them play this World Cup, and they've definitely made me proud of being a Fijian, getting to a quarterfinals and even being so close yet like just missing out. So, but I've been so proud of the boys, man. It's been awesome to see them just spark it up, man, in the World Cup and.
Yeah.
Far out.
See the front row show looks a little bit more organised than what we tried to do down there. I took the Fijian Nico Matawalu as my cameraman with a broken leg and two crutches. It was probably the most unorganised, and we couldn't go like 10 minutes without him wanting to stop at the pub. Can we go for a beer? I was like, Nick, no, we've got to go and do some filming. What's my beer? My leg is sore. Oh, you must be.
Bro, you sound just like him, man.
Unreal.
I think I saw some of his Instagram stories, man, and I was like, yeah, he's in it here. He's sending it, man, and he was made an effort even with his crutches. He was like, man, he's not going to let that stop him. Eh? It's just.
Didn't fuck, and he didn't even tell me that he was on crutches. He said, "No, I'm off. I'm out the boot now." And I was like, "Oh, sweet." So he's going to be all good. And it turns out 2 crutches, no weight allowed to put through it. Oh, it was an absolute liability.
I can always make you laugh, man. I met him for the first time last year in Wales, and he came to meet me and Shannon Frizzell and Richie Moanga. First time meeting him and his kids, and he just brought us huge gift bags of snacks and stuff. And oh man, we just love him, mate. Because the boys only know him through that video of him playing. Was it 100 games for Glasgow? And he does an interview, but he's just so like, it's just funny, and all the boys love him for that, and so really wanted to meet him, and he was like, "That's Fiji in there." I was like, "Man, that's Nico Matawalu."
Some man.
Yeah.
George, have you been in and around the AB's camp then? Like, seen them do all their training and stuff?
Yep, I've been through to a few of the trainings throughout the World Cup, and I've been around the team, quite a lot actually. Can't keep myself away from it. So,
when they had that week break, apparently, or it was a bit longer, wasn't it? They had like a mad week. Apparently, do you reckon that's part of what's galvanized this team to get to a final?
Mad week on the piss or mad week training?
Mad week training. I heard it was like fully. I heard they were going hard. Do you reckon that's what sort of galvanized the AB's form coming in and getting back to a final? Because obviously coming into the World Cup, they weren't like flying high. Obviously that big loss to South Africa, etc. But like, what do you reckon is the success that's got AB's to this final?
I just remember talking to the boys, and a lot of their mindset around that week was, it's not a bye, it's not a rest week, it's a week to get better. That was their mindset. And so even talking to the boys, hearing how their trainings went and how much edge was there in the training, you can tell that they actually use that week just to really kind of knuckle down on the things they need to get better in. And but then also having a balance between that and then time off and spending time with your family or with the boys. And when it's time to switch off, they switched off. But I remember hearing, I didn't go to any of those trainings, but I went to one of them. But I just remember hearing the boys just super edge. People were just like ready to go, wanted to play rugby. And I think that's definitely was a key part in the World Cup of kind of that halfway point, but also a good time to kind of just really knuckle down on what they needed to, and then I guess trend up from there, kind of thing. So,
George, has it been weird being, obviously you've been part of the All Black squad now since 2021 when you were picked by Ian Foster, and it's the first World Cup where they've not at all until really now, or the semi-final, been talked about as potential winners, probably in the history of World Cups. How has that galvanized the squad, or is that something that was it a weird feeling in camp?
Yeah, it was. I guess over the past 18 months, this All Black team has been through a lot. Been through a lot of up and downs, some big wins, then also some losses, some historical losses as well back at home. So it's been 18 months of just the boys figuring out, and the coaching figuring out themselves, and knowing what how to kind of just really kind of get tighter. And I guess the whole journey has brought them tighter with a bit of failure. They've come closer as a group, and at this World Cup, it's probably the tightest, or since I've been a part of the team, it's probably the tightest that this team has actually been since I've been a part of it. So the connections are just, yeah, it just, you can just feel it. It's a bit different, and it's like a good different. Connections a bit tighter. People are a bit more switched on when they have to be, and then more switched off when they, when they get their time off. And um, yeah, I guess it's definitely helped to getting to this point. And we kind of came into the World Cup as, underdogs, because we weren't sitting at top, and we weren't, people didn't expect us to get this far. Even some of our own, people didn't think we'd get past that quarterfinal against Ireland. And for us, as a group, we hear that, and it just brings us tighter and closer, and it makes us want to prove people wrong, and makes us want to, okay, we're underdogs. We don't have any that pressure of sitting at one, and we can actually just do our thing, grind away, and just get everyone by surprise, kind of thing. And that's how it's kind of panned out. Yeah.
George, Ian Foster gave you your debut, and as I said, he picked you regularly since you've had 21 caps since 2021. Can you summarise the man for us and what he means to you?
Oh yeah, Fozzie, man. He's first word that I kind of think when someone says Fozzie is just like funny or goofy. Oh man, he's just always trying to crack the jokes, and it's like, oh, it's just like, you're wearing a beanie and he'll come by and just take it off and just walk off, and you're like, far out, just little things like that, and it's like, man. And so he does that all the time to the boys, and the boys just try and get him back, and things like that. So yeah, he's definitely got a bit of, goofiness behind him, which is pretty cool, because kind of, I guess, in a way, makes a relationship a bit more comfy, or there's no kind of head coach player kind of thing. It's more, okay, I can connect with you on this level, which is pretty special to do. But yeah, for me, he's an awesome man. He loves his people, and the boys that he works with, and just like any other coach, he's trying to always kind of better the boys, and he's honest, and he's brutal with what he does, but he's also, at the end of the day, just a friend trying to make you better. And that's a special thing about Foz, I reckon.
So Scotty Robertson, then he's due to take over. That's not bad for you, eh? Being played under him.
Yeah. Oh man, he's been awesome doing Super Rugby, and obviously doing his bit there for the Crusaders kind of jersey and legacy. And oh man, he's a pretty special coach. Kind of likes to think outside of the box, and he's pretty open to, ideas. Not only, he doesn't only kind of base himself around, okay, this is how Crusaders plays. He also goes around the world and sees, latest trends, and over in Europe, and what you guys are doing here. And then he'll also bring it back to Super Rugby and kind of implement that in some of our game strategies and things like that. So he's open to, learning and growing, which is pretty cool as a coach, and his growth mindset is awesome. And he's also got the opportunity to learn from players, and not only teach players, but also take back as well. And he's pretty happy with feedback as well. So yeah, he's also an awesome coach to work under, and he's always, there's always something happening with Razzie. You just never know his next move, eh? You think you got him, then he's already 2 steps ahead, so you're like, ooh, ooh. But yeah.
George, how is the injury, bro? Is it all good? You getting there? I can't imagine 2 months on the piss down there's helped.
Oh man, I think it's been all good. The first kind of 2 weeks, I was really kind of getting in there, and this is the World Cup. We'll have a few wines here and there, but as the World Cup's gone on, I've kind of settled in and kind of picked and choose my times, knowing that I've still got to come back and play some footy. So, but yeah, it's the injury is going well. It's like 6 months post surgery. Smashed my ACL, MCL, PCL, so huge kind of just a knee reconstruction kind of thing. And man, it's going well. I've been managed to do some rehab here, running at the little park in front of the Eiffel Tower. Usually 6, 7 a.m. It's empty, so you can do that there. There's no one sitting there drinking wine, so a bit of space for running. But yeah, it's going good, and it's kind of this trip has helped just cope with the whole injury, and the ACLs, they're almost a 9-month injury. So for some of the boys, getting this, it's quite a mental struggle, but this trip has helped, and just kind of reset myself, and kind of being able to have a bit of fun while I'm doing this rehab as well. So yeah, and it's blessed me with another opportunity just to see if this is something I can go to post footy, and yeah, But yeah, should be back for preseason. Yeah.
100% is, because I've watched some of the stuff and it's been so funny. So you've definitely got something there after rugby if it all fails. Have you had access to the All Blacks physios as well?
Yep, I have. And I was talking to All Blacks physio Pete Gallagher, nutritionist. She's sending me protein. Like she picked some protein up yesterday. So
Yes, you've been taking that.
I actually also in Lyon, like I had ripped my boot running, so I asked, All Blacks, oh, do you have a spare boots? And like, yeah, chucks me some new Addies. I was like, yeah, sweet, we'll take that. And far out. So they've definitely still kind of connected with me and helped me up, knowing that I'm on return to play. So, and I should be ready to go, hopefully for the Munster game and Bristol game over in Ireland and the UK.
Oh yeah, how good would that be?
Oh man,
I'm buzzing for that.
Me and Sevu, Sevu Reese, we had our surgery a day after each other. So I had my surgery a day after Sevu, and so we're kind of on that same time frame coming back.
For that time.
But it's funny, man. We both had our surgery, so we're in our house for 2 weeks flat together as well. So we live together. I live with Sevu, so you can imagine, man.
So
2 ACLs just hobbling around the house. Oh man! And then his partner at the time was just about to give birth. So we had 2 ACLs on crutches, can't wait there. And then his partner was giving birth, so the house was just can't believe we got through it. But it's been awesome having my Sevu on the journey as well, and being with him during this injury journey. I didn't think it would be the same without him, kind of thing. So it's probably been the best case scenario of an injury. I'm working with one of my best friends, So
yeah, that is so true, eh? And I've seen you boys being the hype man back at Saders.
Yeah. So that was old Richie Mwanga. He was like, man. So usually during finals, Crusaders will get a DJ in for our power sessions. We'll hire in a DJ and he'll come in blasting and just get the boys out for the finals. And last year's DJ was pretty average. So Richie was like, it was So Richie was like, bro, George, Sevu, we need some hype this weekend. It's quarterfinals. We need you guys semi-final. We need you guys to hype us up. So I had some cycling, Lycra or whatever it's called. And I was like, Sevu, mate, we'll just rock this. Boys are about to get ready for a power session. I'll bring my karaoke speaker and we'll just go in and blast the boys. So the boys were just kind of suiting up for gym, and then just as about to go out to gym, we just rock up into the changing rooms and we're like, yeah, right, get up, and all the boys are just going ham, man. And so for me and Sibs, it was like, we can't help on the field, but if this is a way to help you boys, then boom, we'll do that. So yeah.
Building up to this game, then you're going to be there. You'll be in the stadium. How big is this one?
Oh man, yeah. Both teams are chasing their 4th World Cup, and what better way to finish a World Cup than All Blacks in South Africa, one of, the biggest rivalries in rugby. And I guess, you probably heard it already, but the last time they played in a final was the 95 World Cup. And so, yeah, it's huge. And I've talked to a few boys and, man, they're just so excited to kind of get into it, stuck in. And they're building up nicely.
I feel like, right, this is me, okay? So you tell me if you agree, but I feel like the All Blacks are starting to hit their straps. They're coming in nicely. They're finding their game, whereas the South Africans have been through the mill. They've had some bloody tough games. They played all top 5 in world rankings at the moment. Like, they're coming in after a battering. The All Blacks are hitting their straps. Like, is that the feeling? Are you feeling that?
Yeah, I am feeling that. Like the boys are just trending upwards, but then that's the same as well as South Africa playing what top teams getting up to this final. So they've probably had maybe the hardest journey to the final, right? Yeah.
Does that take it out of you, or does it give you confidence, do you reckon?
Yeah, I think for me as a rugby player, if I had done that, I'd definitely take confidence from that. Knowing that we've actually worked to be here, and I guess the tone of their rugby game has been set, and they know what standard they have to play at to get through. So I'll definitely take confidence out of that if I was South Africa. But then I guess it's just that All Blacks is always sitting in the back of their mind kind of thing, you know. And so, but they did give us a good dust up heading into this World Cup. So I know that the boys will still be holding a few receipts up from that as well, and not only the motivation from playing in a World Cup final, but also these boys got us last time, man, and they're our foe, so we can't let that happen again, kind of thing. So yeah, man, it's
I'm so jealous that you're going to be there. I wish I
It's
was
going to
there.
be unbelievable. But
Yeah,
World Cup finals, the form book goes out the window, doesn't it? The hacker sounds,
yeah.
everyone gets weird, and patriotic ecstasy takes over. It's going to be wild.
George, give us your thoughts on the bomb squad.
Man, yeah. For me, I think it's pretty cool seeing the bomb squad come on and just really kind of put our front row names out there. But then again, if you're playing them, it's like no, please, no.
Oh no.
So, but yeah, it is a pretty cool kind of way to bring on your front rows. See, front row is always kind of ready to go and just want to scrum. So bringing a bomb squad on, and then recently South Africa adding their atomic bomb squad on, and just bringing the whole bloody 6-7 players. But yeah, I guess it's a good way just to inject the bench into the game, and just come off with a bang kind of thing. So it's been pretty cool to watch, and sometimes it's worked really well, and other times probably not as much. But yeah, I guess our boys just have to not get into that mental trap of they're bringing their bomb squad in. What do we have to do? I think for us boys, when they bring their bomb squad on, continue to just focus on us and focus on how we can just keep doing our work and chipping away and grind them out slowly, because eventually the bomb squad will explode. And wonder if it'll take 80 minutes or if it I don't know what I'm using there, but
I'm going to give you a really tough question, right? Will Jordan or Mark Talea? You only get to pick one.
That's tough, bro.
That's tough.
It's the finisher or the highlight reel. What do you go for? Yeah.
Jeez, bro, I don't know if I can answer that question for you, man.
No, you've got to pick one. You have to pick one.
Gun to your head. That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna have to pull the trigger, bro. I can't.
I love that.
I respect it.
What about so harsh, Wilson? You good mates with Richie Mwanga, right? Talk us through the chat that's happened since he didn't give the record-breaking pass to Will Jordan.
I was actually with him last night, but I didn't want to ask him. I was actually with him and Will Jordan. So, but I didn't want to ask him to kind of bring it up. And but I just know that probably Will Jordan would have been like after the game to Richie, he was like, "Mate, why did he not give me that pass?" kind of thing. Knowing Will, and he would have been like joking around, but really inside he would have been like. But I haven't had that chat with any of the boys yet,
It'll be all right. I'm sure he'll break the record this weekend.
Yeah.
He'll get one.
Who were you most starstruck by, George, when you surrounded by all of these stars?
Yeah, I think definitely. Oh, mate, Richie McCaw still puts me on a bit of an edge when I'm with him. Like, I still can't act straight when I'm with him. Like, just like, whoa, just always kind of like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Everyone else, I'm all good, but like, Richie's still a bit of an edge when I'm with him. So, he kind of still a bit of Star Trek every time I see him, and just because he's just a legend, and he's one of the players that I've just idolized and looked up to growing up, and even though I'm a prop, but I still kind of enjoy watching Richie and him lead our country over the years he was involved, kind of thing. So yeah, Richie McCaw.
Is your co-host Andy Ellis? Is he still playing?
No, he retired last year, and he was playing in the MLR, and that was his last year, and then he's kind of put rugby aside, so he has retired, but yeah, still loves it, man. Still reckons he can play. He's been at the fan zone. His son has been over over the past couple of weeks, and so every second afternoon he's at a fan zone where there's a bit of astroturf, and he's always on the pitch playing with the locals, just passing a ball around, but he's like going full on serious, and you can see like Andy Ellis like sprinting around offloads, and everyone else is just like, what is happening, man? Still loves it, man. So he's been getting amongst it as well. So
right, prediction for this weekend then. Score prediction. What are you going for, brother?
definitely All Blacks. I'm gonna go with maybe 5, yeah, by 5 or 5+. Yeah. Oh man, anything, even if it's 1 point, that's good for me. But yeah, 5. I'm going All Blacks by 5.
On your travels, by the way, what's like the trickiest situation you found yourself in over the last like 2 months? You found yourself in any sticky situations? You know, like because you've been in that. Is it like a Citroen van thing?
Yeah, yep.
Your boys got in trouble at all?
No, we haven't. It's actually been quite good with the Citroen van.
Is the van going up for sale?
Well, I think they could possibly be selling it back to the people who sold it to us. So if you're keen to, purchase, just let me know and I'll get a good deal for you.
You're learning well. I found the Ellis.
We're going for the old Cavalli then. Wait, here you are. Here's a fucking good. You should have got all the All Blacks to sign the outside of the van as you went.
Oh, gangster.
Oh, yeah.
You should still do that. You
Good
do that
idea.
when they have a
Yeah.
second.
Yeah,
Get them to
Black
sign it.
World Cup winning team.
Mate, you've just added 25 grand onto the value of that car.
No, you can probably go into a rugby museum, eh? That Citroen,
level,
Yeah.
level.
Oh, see, mate. I'm gonna pitch that idea to my producer tomorrow, and
No.
today,
Be
actually.
careful because he'll want to cut. Just you don't want to see the van. Oh fuck no, it's gone.
It's been nicked.
That's a good idea, actually. I like that.
Right, what song are you going for? Let's get
Yes.
the get out.
Yeah.
Here we go. There he goes.
Hey. What do you guys want? I can sing you a bit of the World Cup song if you.
Love it.
So this song is kind of like we got people from New Zealand just to send in lyrics and ideas so we can put into the song. And so me, one of our producers, and another Māori guy, Rob, kind of put the song together in like 4 hours. And so this is pretty much New Zealand song to the All Blacks, yeah. From Cape to Bluff, our spirits soar to see you shining. The nation rolls with pride as ABs make their stand. We have rhythm in our hearts, we're mana in our blood. We have faith in you and all the things you do. Suddenly cast our stars in the sky. From the land of the long white cloud we rise. Wherever you are, we'll be by your side, cheering with our hearts as you move up wide. Our team in black with a job to do. We'll be singing our song for you. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Singing our song for you.
Oh, well, AB's all day now. I'm fully on the ABs.
Right, ABs,
ABs. Let's go, ABs.
Yeah, Butch James, get out of here.
Get out of here.
Butch,
Get
yeah,
out of
sorry,
here.
bro.
That's fine, man. Don't want that.
ABs.
What about that, eh? A singer, a musician, a barber, a teacher, and an all-right rugby player.
You
I
get that
think
on
you'll be all right,
Spotify.
mate. I think you'll be all right.
Get that on Spotify right now, George. That is
Beautiful. Well, George, thank you so much for your time. Promises you'll jump back on as well when you're all recovered and everything.
Yes,
to let us know how the new season and everything's going for you. That'd be amazing, and we can hear from you in the coming months. That'd be awesome.
Man, thank you for having me, man. I've enjoyed my talk with you guys. It's been awesome, man.
I'll see you down here. We'll lock on down at the gate. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
You boys
We'll come down and
gonna be
shoot. Let's
going.
shoot it,
Yeah,
and then
come
we'll
down
see.
and shoot, yeah.
We'll come.
Yeah,
we'll
they'll
come and
be
film
literally
something,
going
George.
head-to-head.
We'll have some beers. We'll do
Head.
it. So anyway, a huge thank you to everyone for listening. As always, huge thank you to Ryan and to Max and to the most multi-talented rugby player we've ever come across in
The
George
Renaissance.
Bauer. The Renaissance man, he is. Leonardo da George Bauer. George, good luck for the All Blacks at the weekend and also in your recovery as well. We're hoping for the best. And we will see all of you. Thank you all for listening and watching. And we will see you all next week.
Nice.
Bula, bula, bula.
Hola.
Naka.